How birds stay in the air. The force a bird exerts to keep itself aloft has always been a bit of a mystery. Engineers are particularly eager for this information because it could inspire designs for futuristic drones. These pilotless flying robots might flap, dart, and hover with bird like grace and agility. Many researchers have tried to calculate the forces involved in bird flight. Some used lasers, for instance, to measure the flow of air over a bird flying in the lab. Then the experts put that data into a complex mathematical expression, what's known as an equation, to calculate the wing's force. But here's the problem. When animals, including birds, move, their whole body changes shape. This causes air to flow over it in turbulent patterns, and that makes calculations less reliable. In addition, lasers can damage a bird's eyes. Now, a team of researchers from Stanford University in California has figured out what to do. Leading the efforts is David Lentink. This aerospace engineer designed a special box equipped with force sensors. The box is about the size of a large bird cage. It has two perches and a clear acrylic front. This lets scientists watch as a bird flies from perch to perch. The box's floor contains the spring-loaded sensors. The springs work like those in a bathroom scale. The greater the downward force, the more the springs squeeze together. But Lentink's sensors don't measure the weight of the bird. Instead, they measure the force generated each time a bird's flapping wings push on the air inside the box. That air pushes on the box's floor, transferring the force. The sensors attached to the box's floor are super sensitive. They even register air as it circulates inside the lab. So to avoid introducing errors, we had to turn off the air conditioner during the experiment, Lentink notes. The team conducted its tests with two Pacific parrots, Ray and Gaga. The small white and light bird parrots were trained to fly from perch to perch. Each time they did it, the birds were rewarded with a seed. On each downstroke, the birds applied double the force needed to counteract gravity and lift their weight, the sensors showed. On each upstroke, the birds exerted virtually no force. That means the upstroke wasn't counteracting gravity at all. Together, the two wing beats canceled each other out. This allowed each bird to counteract gravity just enough to keep it aloft. Lentink is especially pleased to have designed an experiment that does not harm the birds. He now is eager to put his research in motion. I design flying robots in my lab and I want to improve them, he says. Jim Usherwood is an expert in figuring out how animals move on land and in the air. He works at the Royal Veterinary College in London, England. Lentink's experiment makes good sense, he says, but Usherwood cautions that the new findings won't apply to all birds. Some birds think of cruising seagulls act much more like airplanes, he says. Their wings are outstretched and support weight even when in upstroke. And some birds produce lift with their wings upside down during the upstroke when flying really slowly. Hummingbirds do this. Lentink agrees that his new findings don't hold for all birds. In fact, he now wants to measure the force birds use to do tricky maneuvers, such as turning corners or hovering. Number 6. All of the following sentences explain how Lentink set up the experiment, except A. Some used lasers, for instance, to measure the flow of air over a bird flying in the lab. B. This aerospace engineer designed a special box equipped with force sensors. C. The box's floor contains the spring-loaded sensors. D. Instead, they measure the force generated each time a bird's flapping wings push on the air inside the box. Number 7. Which statement best summarizes what Jim Usherwood thinks about Lentink's research? A. Lentink's research is not valid because it doesn't apply to all birds. B. Lentink's research is valid but will not apply to all types of bird flight. C. Lentink's research should apply to seagulls or hummingbirds. D. Lentink's research would be better if it measured how birds land. Number 8. Explain how scientists have dealt with the challenges of studying bird flight. Use at least 2 details from the text to support your response. Number 9. Read the paragraph. On each downstroke, the bird applied double the force needed to counteract gravity and lift their weight, the sensor showed. On each upstroke, the bird exerted virtually no force. That means the upstroke wasn't counteracting gravity at all. What does the word exerted mean as it is used in paragraph 9? A. Met, B. Felt, C. Used, D. Doubled. Number 10. Which detail best shows why scientists are interested in studying birds? A. The force a bird exerts to keep itself aloft has always been a bit of a mystery. B. Engineers are particularly eager for this information because it could inspire designs for futuristic drones. C. Many researchers have tried to calculate the forces involved in bird flight. D. The aerospace engineer designed a special box equipped with force sensors.